All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Tire Talk with me, Quiet Darkness, and my trusty mod, Divine Dark War, otherwise known to me as Z. And tonight on Twitch, or Friday morning for you guys on YouTube, I'm going to be talking about the Dark Below exotics. So naturally, there's a couple of different things with the exotics. There's armor pieces and there are weapons, and so we're going to talk about both of them. The first question I think I'm going to ask is, which weapon or which piece of gear in general, Z, are you most disappointed in? Keep it short. Remember, we've only got 10 minutes here.
Weapons and armor all together, the ones I'm least disappointed with, or the most disappointed with, would be the boots. Since I'm not a PvP player, it would be the boots for the Titan and the Hunter.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting is that all the other exotic pieces and armor pieces and such all have, multiple modifiers on them, and unfortunately the boots only have one modifier on it. So I can definitely see why that would be your most disappointing. For me, and this is going to be, no big secret, I think the most disappointing, item of Dark Below exotic gear is definitely... it's the Necrochasm. It's got to be the Necrochasm. I would say No Land Beyond, but unfortunately, all the stuff that you have to do to get the Necrochasm and its overall worth just makes it that much more disappointing to me. I mean, first and foremost, you have to level up the Husk of the Pit, which you can only level up by killing Hive. So you're talking about a good, I really don't know how long of running through the rocket yards killing Hive, because let's be honest, you really can't take it into a higher mission to level it up at all.
You can, it's just a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to do, definitely. And then the other part about it is, the ally is okay, and you can actually use bounties to level that up, so it's a little bit better. But still, it's underwhelming. And then, of course, the exotic itself, the only saving grace of the Necrochasm, and I don't know if it's so much a saving grace or just kind of a little like, well, here you go, because it kind of sucked, is once you get the Crux of Crota and you drop it in the ally, it's a fully maxed out exotic. So that's nice.
Yes.
If the fallen are
but
already
that doesn't say much for the weapon itself, because let's be honest, it blows. It has the highest fire rate, a very low impact, and the modifiers on it, while are serviceable, the explosion, the thrall explosion is less useful because of the high fire rate and the inaccuracy of the overall weapon. So
yeah.
There you go. There's my pick for most disappointing. So, obviously I'm a kind of person that I like to give, ideas for changes, things like that. So, if you have an idea for a change of one of the exotic weapons, it doesn't have to be your most disappointing one. What would be one change that you would recommend for a particular weapon or armor piece?
It would be the Necrochasm, because I've seen some ideas floating around, and one of the ideas that struck me is halving the fire rate and increasing the impact.
Okay. Yeah, that would definitely make better use.
Take it from a high rate of fire weapon to a mid rate of fire, but leave the explosion in there.
Right, and I think that would increase the amount of times that you have, the thrall explosions, which is really the bread and butter of that weapon. I mean, you want to be able to proc that more often because it's special. Like, that's the one thing about, that exotic that is different from all the other guns, even though you could compare it to a Fatebringer.
Yeah.
The recommendation for the change that I will make, and even though I think this exotic is probably the most I don't know, consistent exotic, or maybe the one that is probably the best, maybe. And I use the term best loosely because I'm comparing it to the other exotics in the Dark Below. Would be Dragon's Breath. It's serviceable, and I did a review on it, and if you want to check it out, you can. I'll probably post a link in the description of the YouTube video when I post it tomorrow morning. But it's serviceable, it's very usable, and it's unique. The thing about it, though, is that it's kind of, the usability of it is still kind of underwhelming, and by that I mean the solar flare is awesome, but the utilization of it is under-realized. So here's my recommendation. I know a lot of people, I've read a lot in the forums and stuff, people want to see, you know, the Dragon's Breath have tracking on it. And to that I say, nay. Because not every rocket launcher should have tracking. Let's be honest here. But I think it's an exotic, and so it should have something special. While I think the solar flare is somewhat special, I mean, let's be honest, they borrowed from the resources in the game, they borrowed from the Warlock solar flare. One of the things that I would like to see for the Dragon's Breath is it take on its namesake. It's Dragon Breath. When you shoot a rocket, it should just like shoot a stream of fire that burns anything in your path. Kind of like a laser, but you know, like it wouldn't stop there. It would just be like a continuous fire that would like follow the rocket out of the launcher, and it would just literally burn everything along that path. I think that would make it way more fun and definitely usable. Definitely, like, especially in tight situations and things like that. I think it would just be phenomenal. So, that being said, what is your favorite Dark Below exotic to utilize?
Well, I can't just say one. It has to be, how many other, there's what, 2 different ones? Yeah, 2 for the Warlock? No, 3. I mean, the Obsidian Mind and Claws of Akmar are PvE's dream.
Right.
And then Starfire Protocol is just a beast in PvP.
Okay. So I mean, I'm kind of holding your nose to the grindstone here, man. You gotta pick one for me.
It'll have to be the Claws then.
You going with the Claws of Akmaro? Okay. You know, for my money, I think probably the most used exotic that I've probably utilized. You know, I'm probably going to have to say Obsidian Mind, to be honest with you, or the Warlock, because it's just... What's up, Pie Guy? Doing a shout-out on Thursday Night Tire Talk, man. Welcome. You know, the Obsidian Mind, for my money, I think is probably my most used Dark Below exotic, mainly because the usability of it is just so freaking fantastic, man. I mean,
especially if you pair it with the buffed pulse rifle, Bad Juju, it makes an unstoppable force.
Oh yeah, man, Bad Juju and Obsidian Mind. I mean, a lot of people have done a lot of videos on it and stuff, but it is an unstoppable, you know, combo. And who doesn't like getting half of their super back after they've just wasted a group of enemies? It's freaking amazing, dude. So, yeah. But obviously, in PvP, yeah, it's moved. But
yeah, that's where Starfire Protocol comes in. That ability to have two fusion grenades and be able to light enemies on fire.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, those are my my preferences as far as it goes with exotics. And for everybody out there in Destiny Land, the last exotic that I have to get is none other than the Fourth Horseman. So I have not used that one, and I've yet to get it. So if you're watching this video and you want to come support me or hang out and watch my reaction video, I will do a reaction video when I finally get it, because it is the last exotic that I have to get. We have extinguished 10 minutes. Can you believe that we've been talking for 10 minutes?
We better move.
So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do sign off. This has been Destiny Thursday Night Tire Talk with Quiet Darkness and my main man, Divine Dark War, otherwise known as Z, otherwise known as Hell Knight.
Oh, fuck.
Don't mess with him in my channel. He's a mod, and he will shotgun blast you. But this is Quiet Darkness saying stay safe, everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see something else in the Destiny Thursday Night Tire Talk, please let me know, man. And you know what? If you'd like to be a guest on Thursday Night Tire Talk, send me a message on Twitch, and I'd love to have you guys be a part of it. But until then, I'm going to try to stay safe, get away from these hobgoblins, so I can end the stream, or not the stream, but end the video right here. Peace.